that?
So, you want to dance?
Victory. For now.
Oi, picking a fight now, eh?
Die!
Fall to my blade.
You
That's how
dirty
it's
this
done.
world no more.
Any... Oh, how many sweet rolls have you eaten today?
About 5, I think. Why?
I was just curious.
Sweet rolls are irresistible.
Well, the first step to getting help is admitting that you have a problem.
These walking dead
Up yours!
in my bed.
The last of them.
We are it here.
What was that?
I was rightfully on alert.
Regret it.
Setting the lizard on fire will not make it dance.
You will fall to our bleeds.
What was that?
We have someone wanted attention.
Did he have a death wish? You'll regret starting this fight.
I can take you.
And you
don't know who you're messing with.
This is fun.
That is a load of bullshit.
Now you'll
Got any moon sugar? I'll just loot it from your corpse.
You dug your own grave.
How?
Yes!
I'll kill you where you stand.
I think that maybe you should surrender.
Never a dull moment.
You don't have a death wish.
Is that it?
That's going to complicate things a little bit.
I will take great pleasure in putting the bastard down.
Foolish forsworn.
That your
Ow! I do what I do, and if you don't like it,
You will pay for that.
risk
Are
for
you
this day.
prepared to die?
No more! I yield! I yield!
Thank you.
I think that
on
maybe
your
you should
side.
surrender.
You're not gonna like how this ends.
Damn you!
You won't get the best of me!
Guides my hand.
You're fucking dead!
Rather exciting. Prepare for your end. That's one way to start the morning.
I love it here.
Still here. Lead on. What was that?
Come on!
We are being pursued, but I am right behind you, my friend.
Thank you.
You
Great
didn't even
bloody
have
job.
to lift a finger.
You want to do this the hard way? Fine.
Only a
what
fool
about
lets
us?
himself surrounded.
You will not walk away alive when my blade is unsheathed.
Give up!
Let's get the hell
get
out of
up.
here.
Oh, you're already dead? Shame.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
I told you. Extremely well connected.
destroyed this place. That was a dragon. How is that possible?
I'll admit that Remy's absent-mindedness is a little endearing. Yes, Manma. Of course I can. Here. Sure, I've got some fine salt. Here you go. Hot and ready. Sure. What kind of potion do you need? Here you are. It's useful if you find yourself falling off a cliff. What would you like to know? Well, I already told you where I was headed. I suppose what you're asking is, why not just take a boat to Rivenspire? It has been quite... Trek from Port Tavanis to here, I will admit. I wanted to actually see Tamriel. I haven't traveled much in the past. Blackmarsh and Morrowind, sure, but not past the Velothes. I also thought I could do some field study along the way. Maybe get a hold of some rare ingredients. Thought perhaps I'd make some important connections that could aid me in the future. I don't regret it. It has been a really rewarding experience. I was recognized at a young age for my skill in alchemy. A Telvanni alchemist, one Vela Oren, needed an assistant as she had too much work to do on her own. Striking an agreement with my father, I was made a hireling at almost the same age as I could walk and talk. I wasn't a slave, mind you. However, with the wages I got, I might as well have been. Over time, I was granted more and more freedom to experiment. With experimentation came success, and with success came advancement. It is the meritocratic aspect of House Telvanni that I adore. There are aspects I do not enjoy, and I have no problem voicing those oppositions. I owe House Telvanni a great deal. They gave a Deek Salil like me a chance. I do not know where I would be without them. Well, admittedly, I don't actually know that much about him. He is a master of House Telvanni, so he has a seat on the council. Mind you, Telvanni masters don't actually physically participate in the council. They have representatives that speak for them. This representative is called a mouth. House Thren currently does not have a mouth to represent him. Correct. House Thren, unlike most Telvanni masters, is not prejudiced against non-Dunmer. That's his reputation anyway. It is unlikely that any other Telvanni master would be willing to have an Argonian represent them on the council. I believe he is studying some Ayleid ruins. The Doomcrag, if memory serves me. He has been allowed by one of the local barons to set up his excavation there. I do not recall the family name with certainty. Montclair, perhaps? There are plenty. However, most of them aren't actual members. They tend to be slaves. There are, however, less Argonian slaves now after the Argonian invasion of Morrowind. The Dunmer have had a hard time getting more with the Ansalil in power in Blackmarsh. As for proper members such as myself, there are a handful, but I do not know most of them. There have been a few prominent Argonians within House Telvanni in the past. Sun and Shadow would be one. She was a member of House Telvanni in the Second Era, during the Alliance War. She was a slave originally. It was Mistress Thorana who sponsored her to become a hireling. That was before Thorana went crazy. Most of House Telvanni opposed her rise in the ranks, primarily Gothrin, who at that time was a Magister. Not quite Archmagister yet. The mounting opposition did not stop her, however, and she would rise to the ranks, but at a great cost. She was shrewd, ambitious, and merciless. She betrayed most, if not all, of her allies on the way to the top. With no friends, allies, or loyalists, her place at the top was not meant to last. Gothrin would have his way in the end. Both him and Thorana would outlast her by an era. Safe to say my particular strategy is a bit different. I am currently a lawman without a master. Originally, when I was brought in as a hireling, my superior was Vela Oren. She was the tower alchemist in Tel Sur. Her superior was Master Relevant Sur. As I rose past the level of hireling, he would become my master as well. I spent many of my formative and young adult years under Master Sur. He initially cared little for me, but over time we grew to respect each other a great deal. A few years back he was assassinated. I then left Tel Sul and moved to Port Tervanis. I would spend my time in Port Tervanis mostly doing freelance work, but I did not find a new master. It was Vela Oren who suggested I go see Helseth Wren. Me and Vela are still in touch. I should send her some samples from Skyrim next time I write her a letter. I should mention you then as well. I prefer to fight with one-handed weapons for the most part. I have no love for heavy armor, and thus stick to light armor. I'd consider myself a relatively proficient spellcaster. I know a handful of spells for each of the main schools of magic. I also have experience with stealth missions, so you shouldn't have to worry on that front either. I assume you're referring to the Red Year. Master Fur lifted his tower into a pocket realm when it became clear that Bardar was going to hit Vivek City. It seems his tower now pops up in random places across Tamriel, wherever his current interests lie. It must be handy to be able to move house like that. I haven't met Master Fur myself. I don't think he cares much about Telvanni business anymore, so he is quite illusory. I don't think I know you well enough yet to make a comment. None. The gods are very much real. You would frankly have to be quite ignorant to believe otherwise. I do not worship any gods, for I am part of the Hist. My soul will not be claimed by some Aedra or Daedra when I die. Not even Sithis may come for it. I am part of the endless cycle that is the Hist. When I die, I will return to the Hist and be reborn again. I can feel my history back in Thorn. I can feel my family, my friends. When they grieve, I feel their pain. When they feel joy, I share in it. Their emotions are as real to me as my own. I also feel a connection to every other Argonian that has shared in the sap from a history. I don't expect someone who isn't an Argonian to understand.
I am not the greatest rider on Nern. However, I do know how to ride and tend to a mount, yes. I suppose you are asking due to the fact I've made it all the way here on foot. You'll definitely cover ground way faster on a mount than on foot. However, I want to take my time to study flora and meet with people. If I wanted to get to Rivenspire right away, I would have simply hopped on a ship back in Port Telvanis. I don't believe much has changed in that regard since I've met you.
I hope that was enlightening.
Understood.
Arthurians also have a variety in terms of appearance. In the heart of Blackmarsh are the who are small and look like toads. And the Sarpa, who have wings. Both of these are much closer to the hiss than most Arthurians, metaphorically and literally.
It was flying towards Riverwood. We need to warn them. I hope it isn't too late. We need to look for survivors. It's not looking good, is it?
No scrap.
Oi! Inigo! You still think you're a better archer than me?
Of course.
We'll see. Next dragon is all yours.
No shame in realizing when you have met your match.
If I meet my match, you'll be the first to know.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today. Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it. These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself. Who's there? That's the end of that. I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
A dragon!
Things look
I saw a
quiet enough.
dragon.
What?
Come on, there's my
Is it
uncle.
now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now,
Uncle
is it?
Halvor,
Please,
hello.
If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more.
Are you
of
on
your
leave
fantasies.
from shore?
You'll see.
Bones.
It was a
What
dragon.
happened to you,
It'll
boy?
kill us all, and then
Are you
we'll
in
leave.
some
Uncle,
kind of
please,
trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
She's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
going, Indigo?
No complaints here. No complaints here.
Positively effervescent.
Glad to hear it.
I'm glad we're friends. something for you. Here.
Lucian Flavius, reporting for duty. Donations are always appreciated. Oh, you want the stuff? Bye for now.
So, Jillian, is there anyone special waiting for you home?
Of course. I mean, I hope they're not actually waiting for me per se, but I'm sure parents will be glad to have me back when this is all over.
I was not talking about your parents.
No? Then what did you mean?
I meant, do you have a partner?
Oh, I see. Well, yes, we're all...
And now you are being deliberately obtuse.
And you are being nosy.
Hey, fair enough. You are a man of many mysteries, Lucien.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood. Of course, take what you need. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here? What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier. Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was. A dragon? Here in Skyrim? What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. Anytime, friend.
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry.
We're off to
Sit
Jarl
down and I'll get
Balgruuf
you
in
something to
Whiterun,
eat.
then. I'm unsure
Now
how
then,
easy it will be
boy.
to speak with him with the war going
Helgen
on.
was destroyed?
We could be
How did you get away?
I know where. Oh, you know I was assigned to General Tullius' escort. We will stop. Yep. When we were attacked by a dragon.
Reminds me when I first started sneaking.
Head to Whiterun as fast as we can. Jarl Balgruuf will handle this situation. He's a smart man.
Orgnar. Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to. We got rooms and food. Drink, too. There have been whispers. A boy up in Windhelm, name of Aventus Aretino, been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Lucan at the Riverwood Trader had his store broken into the other night. Oddly enough, barely anything's been stolen. Until
Yale
next
is
time.
going bad. We need to get a new badge.
I mean, I wouldn't want to live on one, but they're nice to look at.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Opus.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now, and I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter?
If the news from hell is true, well, nothing. There's no... My lord, please. This is no time for rash
What's
action.
the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Who's this
Let's
then?
go chat to the man in the big fancy
Well,
chair.
that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls?
Well, that
against
was
the
easier
dragon?
than I thought it would be.
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough!
not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps? Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. Enjoy your visit to Dragon...